avoiding the comparison trap. The moment you begin to compare yourself to others, you hand over your power. You diminish your unique value. You blur the vision that is only yours to see. What was once a clear path becomes fogged with doubt, distraction, and dissatisfaction. Understand this truth. Your journey is distinctly yours. No one else has lived your life, fought your battles, or dreamed your dreams, and therefore no one else's progress should define your worth. Ray Kroc, the man behind the explosive global growth of McDonald's, understood this principle well. When he discovered a small hamburger stand run by the McDonald brothers, he didn't waste time comparing himself to other business owners or wondering whether he could match their success. He wasn't interested in what others were building. He was focused entirely on what he could build. He saw a vision where others saw a simple burger joint, and he chased that vision with tunnel-like focus. Mr. Kroc turned that humble stand into an empire not by looking sideways but by looking forward. His eyes were fixed on his mission, not on the metrics of those around him, and that is why he succeeded. Comparison is a thief. It robs you of joy. It clouds your mind. It poisons your progress. When you measure yourself against others, you are playing a rigged game. You only see their highlights, not their hardships. You see the results, not the road. And in doing so, you forget that your own path is unfolding in perfect time. When you obsess over someone else's timeline, you abandon your own. You move out of alignment. You begin to chase goals that were never yours. And eventually you find yourself exhausted, frustrated, and lost. Not because you failed, but because you stopped being you. Your purpose in life is not to match or surpass others. Your purpose is to become the best, boldest, and truest version of yourself. That version does not live in comparison. It lives in creation. It grows not by watching others, but by looking inward. Measure your progress only against who you were yesterday. That is the only comparison that matters. Did you grow? Did you learn? Did you move closer to your purpose? If so, then you are succeeding, even if the world hasn't noticed yet. Do not let envy distract you from excellence. Do not let someone else's chapter 20 make you doubt your chapter 2. The journey is long, and greatness often begins quietly, in the shadows where no one is clapping. But if you keep building, keep refining, and keep believing, the results will come. Be patient with your progress. Be ruthless with your focus. And most importantly, be loyal to your own path. Success is not found in winning someone else's race. It is found in finishing your own with integrity, passion, and purpose. So, reclaim your power. Bring your focus back to center. Silence the noise. Close the comparison trap. Every time you feel the urge to compare, pause, breathe. Remind yourself, I am not here to compete. I am here to create. Let your journey unfold as it was meant to. Let your growth be your guide. And let your vision, not the world's, define your success. Because the truth is this: when you finally stop comparing, you finally start living. And in that space, in that freedom, your true greatness will rise. Continuous learning and adaptability. Life does not reward the rigid. It rewards those who remain curious, flexible, and committed to continuous growth. The world is in constant motion, and those who rise to greatness are not those who resist change, but those who evolve with it. Henry Ford, born into modest means, he was not handed success. He earned it through an insatiable desire to learn, to improve, and to innovate. Mr. Ford was not content to accept the world as it was. He saw what could be and then learned what was necessary to build it. His success was not just the result of one brilliant idea. It was the result of relentless curiosity and an unwavering belief in growth. Mr. Ford questioned, tested, studied, and adapted. And through that mindset, he transformed not just his own life, but the world's understanding of industry, transportation, and progress. This is the path available to you. The moment you believe that you have learned enough, grown enough, or achieved enough is the moment you begin to decline. Because success is not static, it is dynamic. It evolves with the world, and so must you. Never stop expanding your horizons. Read books, ask questions, seek mentors, challenge your own beliefs, push past the boundaries of what you know, and step into the unknown with confidence. For it is in the unfamiliar that you grow. It is in the uncomfortable that you become more. Adaptability is not weakness, it is wisdom. To adjust does not mean to surrender your values. It means to strengthen your strategy. The most powerful people are those who can pivot without losing their purpose. They flow like water, able to move around any obstacle while still reaching their destination. Life will not always go according to plan. Markets shift, people change, opportunities come and go, and those who cling to the old way, the familiar path, or the outdated skill will be left behind, but not you. Because you understand that learning is not a phase, it is a way of life. It is the very fuel of your evolution. Each new insight, each lesson learned, each skill acquired adds to your arsenal. It equips you to better navigate the twists and turns of your journey. The key is to approach every day as a student, to look at every situation, even failure, as a classroom. Ask, what is this moment here to teach me? What strength can I gain? What adjustment must I make? You must also protect yourself from the greatest enemy of growth, comfort. Comfort whispers that you are fine where you are. It tempts you to stop stretching, stop striving, stop seeking. But comfort is not your friend. It is the silent killer of potential. You are meant for more. You are meant to learn, to change, to become. And every time you choose growth over ease, you become more capable, more resilient, more powerful. So embrace the journey, take the class, read the book, ask the hard questions, make the necessary changes, let go of what no longer serves you, and make space for what will elevate you. Your future belongs not to those who know it all, but to those who are willing to learn it all. Adapt, grow, rise, because in learning, you lead. In adapting, you master your destiny, and the world will belong to those who never stop becoming more. Harnessing passion and purpose. Passion is the heartbeat of lasting success. It is the invisible fire that fuels your journey, the energy source that makes the impossible feel possible. Without passion, every task becomes a burden. Every obstacle feels immovable. But when passion lives at the center of your work, it changes everything. Helen Keller is one of the greatest testaments to this truth. Blind and deaf before she was 2 years old, her world was one of silence and darkness, and yet she did not accept defeat. She did not surrender to limitation. Guided by a deep, burning desire to connect, to learn, to contribute, she became a symbol of resilience, courage, and purpose. Miss Keller did not just overcome, she thrived. She became an author, a speaker, and an inspiration to millions across the globe. And the key to her triumph was passion for knowledge, passion for communication, passion for uplifting others despite the odds. This same force exists within you. You may not face the same challenges, but you face your own. And to move beyond them, to rise, to lead, to build a life of fulfillment, you must find what lights a fire in your soul. Ask yourself, what makes you come alive? What work could you do for hours without looking at the clock? What mission or idea fills you with excitement, meaning, and purpose? That is your passion. That is your calling. And when you discover it, your world transforms. Tasks that once felt dull now carry meaning. Long hours no longer exhaust you. They energize you. Obstacles become puzzles, not problems. You stop chasing external motivation because your purpose pulls you forward from within. You become magnetic, focused, alive. Passion turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It grants you the strength to persist when others quit. It gives you the courage to take risks, to stand alone, to chase what others call unrealistic. But understand this, passion is not something you stumble upon by accident. It must be discovered and chosen. Sometimes it is loud and clear, other times it whispers. You may have to try new things, fail at a few, and dig deep to uncover it. But once you do, never let it go. Dedicate yourself to it, cultivate it. Build your life around it. And when the world tries to distract you or pull you in different directions, come back to your passion. Let it be your compass. This is your fuel. Let passion guide your decisions. Let it shape your career, your relationships, your contributions. Let it infuse your work with meaning and your days with joy. The truth is, the most successful people are not the ones with the most resources. They are the ones with the most fire inside. That fire allows them to endure what others avoid. It pushes them forward when logic says stop. It makes them unstoppable. So don't settle. Don't numb yourself with comfort or distraction. Find your passion and give it everything you have. Because with passion, no dream is out of reach. With passion, You do not just survive, you thrive. You inspire, you lead, you live fully. Let your purpose be the magnetic force pulling you forward. Let your heart beat strong with the rhythm of something meaningful. And as you pursue your calling with passion, the world will take notice, not because you sought its approval, but because your light will be impossible to ignore. The power of positive thinking. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It is not merely a container of thoughts, but a creator of reality. What you think consistently, you become. What you focus on, you attract. The world you experience outside is a direct reflection of the world you construct inside. Norman Vincent Peale understood this truth with unwavering clarity. Through his work, he championed the concept of positive thinking, not as wishful optimism, but as a practical, powerful force for transformation. His teachings helped countless people escape the trap of self-doubt, fear, and failure by simply shifting their inner dialogue from defeat to possibility. Positive thinking is not a soft philosophy. It is a discipline, a strength, a way of moving through the world with intention and resilience. When you cultivate a positive mental attitude, you begin to change your reality. Challenges no longer appear as roadblocks. They become stepping stones. Setbacks transform into valuable lessons. Failure becomes feedback, not a final judgment. You no longer ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, you ask, "What is this here to teach me?" This subtle shift in thinking unleashes immense power. Because thoughts are not passive, they are active. They shape your words, your decisions, your actions, and eventually your results. A mind soaked in negativity will always find a reason to stop. A mind rooted in positivity will always find a way to move forward. When you think positively, you align yourself with solutions. You tap into creativity, resilience, and faith. You attract people who resonate with your energy. You open doors that would have remained shut if your mindset had been steeped in doubt. This is not to say that life becomes easy. Positive thinking is not about denying reality or ignoring pain. It is about facing both with strength and hope. It is the ability to look at darkness and still see the light, to walk through fire and believe that something greater lies on the other side. You must choose your thoughts the way a master craftsman selects his tools. Do not let fear, comparison, or negativity take up residence in your mind. They have no place in the house where your dreams live. Begin each day by setting your mental tone. Speak affirmations. Visualize success. Surround yourself with words, people, and habits that reinforce your belief in what's possible. Guard your mind as you would guard a treasure, because that is exactly what it is. Whenever a negative thought arises, and it will, do not accept it without challenge. Replace it, redirect it, reclaim your focus. Say to yourself, "This is not how my story ends." Your inner world creates your outer world. If you want a better future, you must start by building it in your thoughts. You must see yourself as strong, capable, worthy, and abundant, long before the world reflects that back to you. The truth is, the people who change the world are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who believed they could, even when no one else did. Even when the odds were stacked against them, you have that same power. Use it. Your thoughts are brick. With them, you are building something, a life, a legacy, a future. Build with belief. Build with purpose. Build with positivity, because the future belongs to those who believe in it. And when you believe deeply enough, the world has no choice but to rise and meet your vision. Let your thoughts lead you there, taking decisive action. Knowledge alone does not change your life. Dreams, no matter how vivid or inspiring, do not build success on their own. What separates those who merely imagine from those who achieve is one key trait: decisive action. Throughout history, those who've made a lasting impact were not always the most educated or the most gifted, but they were bold. They acted when others hesitated. They moved forward while others paused. And in that movement, they shaped their destinies. Amelia Earhart is a shining example. She didn't just dream of flight, she took flight. In a time when women were discouraged from pursuing aviation, she stepped boldly into the cockpit. Her actions shattered societal barriers and inspired generations. She didn't wait for the world to approve. She acted, and through her decisive steps, she carved her name into history. You too hold dreams. You possess knowledge. But none of it matters unless you move. The world will not reward you for what you plan to do. It will reward you for what you actually do. Hesitation is the enemy of progress. The longer you wait to act, the more space fear has to grow. Doubt creeps in. Opportunities pass by. Momentum is lost. The antidote? Decisiveness. Decisiveness is not recklessness. It is clarity in motion. It means assessing your path, making a choice, and moving forward even when conditions aren't perfect. Because the truth is, conditions will never be perfect. Waiting for certainty is a silent killer of dreams. Small steps matter. Every action, no matter how minor, is a brick laid in the foundation of your future. One phone call, one decision, one brave conversation. These are the actions that accumulate into success. Make it your habit to act swiftly on your plans. When you feel inspired, move. When you see an opportunity, take it. Let decisiveness be your ally, the force that keeps you from drifting and delays. You are the author of your life, but only action can move the pen. So choose boldly, act swiftly, and trust that even if you stumble, you are still moving forward. Each step gives you feedback. Each choice sharpens your wisdom. This is how growth happens. This is how confidence is built. Remember, the most successful people are not those who never failed. They are the ones who refused to stay stuck. They chose to act. Again and again. You are not here to live cautiously. You are here to live deliberately. Let your life be shaped not by fear, but by forward motion. Because in the end, it is not what you intended to do that defines you. It is what you actually did. Be decisive. Take action. Shape life on your own terms. The journey to personal excellence starts now. Embrace your own path. Set bold goals. Cultivate resilience. Reject comparisons. Remain adaptable. Ignite your passion. Maintain positive thinking and act decisively. Your future awaits the courageous step forward only you can take. You hold the power to shape your destiny. It's time to turn your focus inward and create the extraordinary life you deserve. Are you ready to begin your journey? The greatest achievements lie within your grasp. Seize your moment and let your light shine brilliantly, inspiring others along the way.